Roberto, it's so good to have you on the show. Thank you so much for joining us. Everton fans, of course, are going to be just so keen to find out as much information as possible about their new signing. You know him really well. You've played a big part, really, in his development, giving Amadou his international debut. I mean, first of all, what did you see in him to give him that chance?
Yes, good morning, Emma. Thank you for having me. Really exciting footballer. And I know that sometimes when we speak about players, it's very difficult to measure their potential. I think we're talking about a 20-year-old boy that probably is one of the most talented young players at that age in European football. And that's how excited we are in Belgium. He's a boy that has already played in 2 major leagues in Germany. He's played in France. He joined Lille for a big fee already. Nothing that is going to phase him to go into a new project after a big transfer fee. He's got the physicality and the presence of a player that the Everton fans know very well, a Marwan Fellaini type, but then on the pitch is someone that is still developing and he can become anything in that central area. So I can understand the excitement around Everton. This is one of the most exciting prospects in European football at this present time.
And you say about that kind of central area, we know he's super versatile, can play in a whole number of positions. What type of player have Everton got themselves? And for you, what is his best position?
Well, I think it would be a shame if we speak only about his technical or tactical abilities. I think these footballers are quite unique in the way that he is as a character. He's a leader that as a young man is already affecting the others in the dressing room. He's a player that he knows exactly what he wants. He's chosen Everton, he's chosen the Premier League. He wants to make a massive impact. He wants to grow with the club. And I would highlight that probably is the most impressive aspect of his game, the way he talks, the way that he becomes a coach on the pitch. And he's got this incredible maturity that is not normal to have at such a young age. I'm sure that the manager at Everton will use him in more a defensive role, or it can be even a more box-to-box where he really uses his physicality. Off the ball is one of the most impressive young players with his capacity without the ball, the intensity, the way that he can press, and then is that arrival into the box. Sometimes it reminds you of a young Patrick Vieira in the way that he can drive with the ball. But that's a young player. He's going to be 21 next week. So you're still talking about potential. But what's already there, what is already really as an old player is the leadership and the captain material that he brings to Everton.
And I know you talk about that potential. I suppose how high is that ceiling and what is that potential? Because you look at his stats last season, made 11 starts, 21 sub-appearances in Ligue 1. Didn't play a massive amount of football, but I suppose when you're talking about that potential, is that why the fee was so big for him?
Yeah, I think the fee can be a very, very small one if he carries on with the development that he has. As you mentioned, he decided to go to the French champions, a young player at the age of 19. He wants to take the challenge to play Champions League football, and he was a very important player in that dressing room. He didn't play all the full 90 minutes because I don't think he had his body ready to cope with that. But in terms of the way that he performed in that role was very impressive, and that's why obviously the value that he has in the market now for me is not a fee that you feel overpriced at all. If anything, you would expect that his value is going to carry on growing. And with the national team, he's already made his debut. We kept him in the other 21s on a specific path to try to develop him and try to give him the responsibility of qualifying the under 21s for the European Championships, which he did. And him and Luis Openda then joined the first team in June, and is a player that already is challenging to try to get into the World Cup squad. At the age of 20, when you are in these sort of dressing rooms, it shows you that it's not just potential, so it's a player that gives a lot already to the current dressing room that is going to be.